Good morning, squad. Happy Monday. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, the #1 morning sports show out right now. Everything sports news in the morning. And we got a great lineup today, a little somber lineup as well, with the news of Trey Lance being out for the season with season-ending ankle surgery after breaking his ankle yesterday against the Seattle Seahawks. Sheesh, I'm hurt off of that one, you feel what I'm saying? We also got to break down the fourth quarter collapses from yesterday. Like, what teams can't close out in the NFL no more? Sheesh, that yesterday was, that was either beautiful, atrocious, exciting, or just downright ugly. Whichever one you want to pick, you get what I'm saying? You got the Las Vegas Aces winning the WNBA championship. Then you got Dennis Schröder making his way back to LA over this past weekend. And last but not least, I got to give my predictions for the Monday Night Football matchups of the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get it started. Start the week off right. Now, of course, to bring in the Monday episode of MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, I got to start off with the sad, somber news that we have lost our starting quarterback. My San Francisco 49ers have lost our starting quarterback for the rest of this 2022 NFL regular season. Trey Lance has broken his ankle, will undergo season-ending surgery today. I am sick. I am hurt off of this one. The main thing I'm hurt about off of this one is that yesterday the whole team played so well and he just did not get to be out there and execute it with them. Like in his 3 starts in the NFL, the team never performed the way our team performed yesterday. 0 points given up on defense. Can I give a shout out to Talanoa Hufanga? He is going to be a defensive MVP candidate in the near future. This man is all over the field as a safety. Should have 2 interceptions in 2 games. Tackles for losses out the wazoo. This man is just making his stamp all over the field, looking like a young Troy Polamalu. I know that's high praises, but if you watch him play, the dude is all over the field like a young Troy. But like I was saying, the team has never performed the way the team performed yesterday. Defense playing so well, special teams playing so well. Then being able to have a running game and to rely on, just being balanced on offense. So that was the hardest part to me, is that he didn't get an opportunity to sit in there and be with this team and feel the other pieces kind of carry him like we thought it would be this year, to where it wasn't going to be all on his shoulders. So that hurt me. I know that a lot of analysts, a lot of national analysts going to come out here and see, that's why Jimmy G, the offense looks better, this, that, and the third. Trey Lance was in there for a drive. For a drive and a half. The first drive, we ended on a field goal. The second drive, he got us down there and he got hurt the second play. So we don't know how that drive could have ended in a touchdown, and we up 10-0. So you can't say that the offense wasn't like moving the ball without Trey Lance. The explosion is away from our offense. The creativity is away from our offense. The ceiling becomes more visual with Jimmy Garoppolo in our offense, just because you seen yesterday he still struggles with the deep ball. Those deep crosses, he does not throw them like Trey Lance on that line. Now, he gets the ball out faster. He knows where to get the ball, and he can throw those short passes crisper because he knows where to go. He's a more veteran quarterback, but the ceiling is a lot more clear with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just sad for Trey Lance to know that he's going to be coming into his 3rd year in the NFL and is only going to have 3-4 starts under his belt. It's sad, man. My Niners are going to make the playoffs this year. We have a clear ceiling with Jimmy Garoppolo, though, so I don't see us being Super Bowl favorites, because as soon as they take the ball out of the run game's hands and puts it into Jimmy G's hands, we know the results of that. So, yeah, it's a sombering day for us, although we bounced back with a great dominating win last night. Well, yesterday afternoon. But to move on, the rest of the NFL yesterday was just a buck wild shootout. Wild West. 3 games that I thought were just completely done. I didn't even tune into. They weren't done. So let's talk about the collapses of the Raiders against the Cardinals, the Ravens against the Dolphins, and then the Browns against the Jets. Whoa. The Jets won. They had to get an onside kickback just to go down the field. They go down the field in 3 plays, no timeouts. I was just blown away. The Dolphins game, they was down 21 in the 4th quarter. The defense just letting Tyreek Hill play track and field on them dudes. Dude, thank you. Thank you. How you give up 2 back-to-back deep balls to Tyreek Hill untouched? That's just mind-boggling to me. And then the Cards were down, 3 scores headed into the fourth quarter and came back and stormed back. So what was the worst of those collapses? For me, everybody knows I love me some Lamar Jackson. I think very highly of the Baltimore Ravens, and they cannot drop that game to the Miami Dolphins, being up 21 points heading into the fourth quarter. I'm looking at the first one when they cut the lead down to 2 touchdowns. He just threw a high ball to the tight end. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Then the next one, they give up. Because it's like, in that circumstance, you realize what the situation is. It's like, all right, we got to score quick. We got to get the ball back. We got to score quick. We got to get the ball back. We got to score quick. We got to get the ball back. They did that. You feel what I'm saying? And the Ravens allowed them to do that defensively. Those last 2 drives in which they tied the game up, where they went from 21 to 28, then 28 to 35 on deep balls to Tyreek Hill with no resistance, is just utterly mind-boggling to me when you've seen how the Buffalo Bills lost in the AFC divisional round last year to the same Tyreek Hill type of plays. Make sure he's not getting the ball that easily. That's as simple as it gets. You got to let Jalen Waddle beat you. You got to let somebody else beat you besides Tyreek Hill just running up the middle of the field scot-free. That was just an utterly ridiculous defensive game plan by the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to say this, I wasn't too impressed. Yes, Tua had 469 yards, almost 500 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But 4 touchdowns and a lot of those passing yards came in the fourth quarter. Why did y'all change the defensive game plan so drastically? I'm still baffled by that. But let's move on to the WNBA, where the Las Vegas Aces have won the WNBA championship on the back of the finals MVP, Chelsea Gray. I just want to give props to those women out there, to the Las Vegas Aces. I'm hearing that Las Vegas is a great sports town. They support all of their sports teams at this moment, and it's exciting to see the Las Vegas Aces bring back that championship, and shout out to Chelsea Gray, the finals MVP. Let's go on to some NBA news. Dennis Schröder decided to come back to the Los Angeles Lakers this year. What does that mean for Russell Westbrook? Let's not even talk about Dennis Schröder 2 years ago turning down 2 years, $84 million to come back for 1 year, $2 million or something like that. Let's talk about how this is going to affect Russell Westbrook. I feel like this is just pushing Russell Westbrook out more. You think about you bringing in another point guard, more of a starting point guard, because now you can have Pat Bev, or that's probably going to be the point guard that comes off the bench, the scoring point guard, while Pat Bev is more of the general point guard, the defensive point guard that starts the game. So to me, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Russell Westbrook remaining a Los Angeles Laker by the start of training camp or by the start of the NBA season. So it's going to be interesting to see if they decide to keep him on the roster, if they decide to cut him, if they do cut him, if somebody's going to go out their way to sign him. Listen, if Russell Westbrook get cut, that's going to be major news, and I think it's going to affect the NBA landscape majorly, because he could get to the right situation and maybe possibly be I don't know. I'm not even going to say that, because if LeBron James and Anthony Davis can't get into his head, ain't nobody getting into this man's head. But I wouldn't be too upset if my Pacers decided to pick him up just to have him as like a audience grab, just for excitement. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Russell Westbrook in the Indiana Pacers uniform just to run up and down the floor. You feel me? So for me, Dennis Schröder coming to LA just means that it's a ticking time clock on how long that Russell Westbrook will be in LA, which I don't see it being too long. Well, with the Lakers for too much longer. But to end off episode 15, MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, to end off the Monday episode, to start off the week on a proper note, I got to give my prediction for the Monday Night Football matchups tonight, and we got two premium matchups tonight. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans. For me, I see that game being a Buffalo Bills dominating win. Buffalo is just on a mission right now. I feel like they had a few turnovers in the first half against the Rams. They still dominated that game, I believe 31-10. So I see them coming out having more points this game, dominating this game, 38-17 against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans that dropped their first game against the New York Giants at home. So I don't know how the Titans are going to fare this year. And if they drop this one, be on the lookout for Malik Willis starting coming up, because he's going to add an extra layer or an extra ceiling to that offense in Tennessee that has clearly sputtered with just Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. These situations keep popping back up. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this. I would take Jared Goff before I take Jimmy G. Jared Goff is a better quarterback in my eyes than Jimmy G is. He just is. But for the last game, the last Monday Night Football game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Minnesota Vikings in a rematch of the 2019 NFC Championship game where the Philadelphia Eagles just beat on the Minnesota Vikings in Philadelphia. But I feel as though it's going to be a little different results. It's not going to be an all-the-way beatdown, but I do see the Philadelphia Eagles pulling out a close win, 24-20, taking advantage of that home field advantage, dominating the running game, dominating defensively, and creating a few turnovers from Kirk Cousins. For me, what I got to see from Kirk Cousins, can you perform in prime time? I think this man is winless in prime time with a terrible QBR. He's terrible on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, anytime he's in a premier time slot. So I got to see Kirk Cousins perform on the big stage with the big lights because, listen, this is your time now. This is the Vikings' time to snatch that NFC North. So I'll be very intrigued to see how Kirk Cousins performs tonight, but I'm going to still rock with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is just more of a winner, especially when the lights are on. He's a baller. You get what I'm saying? So give me the Eagles 24-20. At home. Y'all know what it is. This is MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, Monday edition. Have a great, productive week. A little quote from Muhammad Ali. Any person that looks at the world the same way they did when they were 20 as they do when they are 50 is a person that wasted 30 years of their life. Do not waste 30 years of your life just going through the same mundane things. Go after what you want to be great, own it, and take over your life. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Have a great, productive week. MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. Like, comment, share, listen, subscribe, alert. Yeah, MizzyWorld Entertainment. Gang.